Hello Year 4, welcome back to day 3. I'm going to start off today by going through the answers from yesterday. Okay, so question number 1, each astronaut gets 34 bars of chocolate. Question number 2, Ryan reads 234 more pages. Number 3, there are 126 pages left. Question number 4, okay, Carl would need 252 forks for his party. And number 5, there are 220 calories in each slice of cake. Okay, question 6, okay, you were looking at which calculation is correct. Okay, and you had to try and spot the mistakes. So hopefully you've spotted the mistakes and explained them. Okay, in the first calculation, they have forgotten to add on the regrouped tens and hundreds. Okay, so when they've regrouped and put their tens and hundreds underneath, they've forgotten to add them back on. In the second calculation, they have multiplied 7 ones by 7, equaling 49, instead of 6 ones multiplied by 7, okay, which should be 42, okay, meaning that the third one is correct, okay. Question 7, you had to find the missing digits, okay, so I'm going to go through this together so you can check your answers with me. Okay, because this one was a little bit trickier and there are actually 2 different solutions that you could have had. So when looking at this, okay, obviously I've noticed first of all that it's a multiplication, and I actually started by looking at the hundreds, okay, because I noticed that I've got 200 times by something gives me an answer of 900, okay. And thinking of my 2 times table, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, etc. I noticed that 9 is never in the 2 times table, okay, which tells me that there must have been a regrouped 100, okay, from the tens. So if I take that regrouped hundreds off of the 9, that leaves me with 800, okay? And 8 is in the 2 times table. If I go 2, 4, 6, 8, okay, 2 times 4 is 8. So that tells me that I'm multiplying by 4. I can then go back and start looking at my ones. So I've got something times 4 equals 4. Okay, so I can think about my 4 times table, okay, so I've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. It's 2 times, okay, when 4 1 comes up in the 4 times table, okay, because this could be 1, I'm going to put 1 here because there's 2 different options, because I could have 1 times 4 equals 4, okay? I could also have 6, because 6 times 4 equals 24, okay? Which would then mean that I've got a regrouped tens, okay? Also, obviously, in the 4 times table, I've got 11 times 4 equaling 44, but I can't have 11 in my ones column here, so I know that that one isn't going to work. Okay, so if I stuck with the 1, I could have 1 times 4 is 4. Okay, and then if I cover this up for a moment, I'd have no regrouped tens. So then looking at my tens, I've got 4 times 4, okay, obviously equaling 16, okay, which would give me my regrouped 100, okay, which would mean that there's 6 in there. But if I had used 6 in my ones column, so 6 ones times 4 equaling 24, I've got a regrouped 10. Which would mean, okay, that I would need to add that on. So 4 times 4, or 4 tens times 4 is 16 tens. Add on these 2, okay, would leave me with 18 tens. Okay, so these are your 2 different solutions. You could have had 241 times 4 equaling 964, or 246 times 4 equals 984. If you manage to find any other solutions, please upload it onto Purple Mash so we can have a look. Question 8, okay, was another how many ways. So hopefully you managed to find maybe level 2 or level 3 on that. And hopefully some of you had a go at the optional extra reasoning task, okay? There were 4 possible calculations you could have made using the digits, but the closest one to 100 was 23 times 4, being equaling 92. Okay, so well done with that. So today I have an investigation for you to complete. So let's have a look. So this investigation is called 20 divided into 6. Now let's have a read of what it says. Katie had a pack of 20 cards numbered from 1 to 20. She arranged the cards into 6 piles. The numbers on the cards in each pile added to the same total. What was the total and what are the solutions? Okay, so for this investigation, I have here some place value cards, okay, with numbers 1 to 20. Obviously, you may not have a pack like this at home. On the learning PowerPoint, there will be a slide which you'll be able to print off, cut out, which will have the numbers on. Or simply you could just get a piece of paper, chop it into 20 bits and write the numbers on. Okay, just because it would be useful to have these resources for you to have a go at the investigation today. Excuse me. So I'm going to start off with the cards. First of all, I just need to shuffle them. Okay. So I will do that. Then, as it says, she arranged the cards into 6 piles. Okay, so just to start off, I'm going to simply just put the cards in 6 piles until I run out of cards. Okay, you may have noticed, okay, that the piles of cards, the number of cards that I have in each pile are not equal. So in this pile, I've got 4 cards. In this pile, I've only got 3 cards. That's okay, because nowhere in here does it say that the amount of cards in each pile needs to be the same. What it does say is that the total of the cards, when you add them together, needs to be the same. So what I'm going to do next, okay, is look at the numbers on the cards and add them up. Okay, so now that I've worked out the totals for each of my piles, okay, hopefully you've noticed, okay, that my totals are all different. Okay, so I've got 57, 40, 36, 18, 31 and 28, okay, which tells me that this, okay, doesn't work for the investigation because it told me that the total for each pile needed to be the same. Okay, so it doesn't matter how many cards are in each pile, but when you add them up, the total needs to be the same for all 6 piles. Okay, so what I might do is reshuffle them again and have another go. But you might also be able to think of a strategy that you could use to help you. If you're not sure, okay, on the learning PowerPoint, I will include some hints to give you a bit of a clue, okay, and then check back tomorrow where I will go through the investigation. Good luck. Should you wish to complete some mental maths today, please continue watching the video for the questions. You will need to look carefully at the calculations and decide whether to use a mental or written method. Remember to set yourself a timer for 5 minutes and to pause the video. Good luck! Now you have finished, continue watching for the answers.